should have left it behind. Maybe I thought I was a little bit better than I am. So yes, this was a Goodwill find. Somebody else's project piece, but I love old sewing drawers, especially when they have a top. So I'm going to see. I'm not a fan of stripper. I don't usually do a lot of stripper, paint stripper, y'all. But I think because this is latex and there just seems to be 1-2 coats on it, I think the stripper will easily take the paint off. I don't know. Let's see. A little bit of prep, of course, is seeing if we can. Oh well, they come off easily. Okay, I thinking since that one was peeling off that they were not going to be that easy. They were not going to be that hard to remove. It did its time. Somebody had fun with it. Okay. Oh, we've got. I don't know where that goes. And then we have, let's see what's in there. That's one thing I did not notice in the store is the felt. It's not, unfortunately, it's not extremely, like it's pulling away. So, and it's, oh, that is some, it's spray adhesive. I can feel it. Yeah, definitely sticky. Oh, that was just a piece. Okay. Not terrible to remove. The paint was probably going to be harder in the inside to remove, but we'll find out. I'm just using a little rubbing alcohol to get that sticky off my fingers. Not any big deal. Okay, my theory is always, you know what? If it doesn't work out and you stripped as much as you can and you can't get it all off, you just paint it. But just a different paint job than what it is. Okay, I'm going to put some gloves on. So this is Smart Strip. Removes up to 15 layers. Well, I don't have 15 layers, so that's good. I just put a piece of saran wrap down. So I'm just finding an old brush that I can throw away after I'm done. And then I'm just going to start painting the stripper on. Because you have to let it sit. My thought process is that there's not too many layers on here, so. And I picked one that said it was not, like it's not smelly. Like I don't have to worry so much about terrible smells. Saran wrap. And I'm just going to kind of seal it in place. That way it doesn't dry out. Okay, I've got it all. The stripper on there. And of course I had to do a little test of the first piece and I can tell that it's starting to move, but I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to give it its time. Okay, so let's see how this works. I let it sit 24 hours. I'll put some gloves on. Like I said, I don't do a lot of strippers. Hopefully it just wants to come off. Looks like it. See how much I can get off with just the saran wrap. Thing I did not know is that it looks like it was painted red before it was painted blue.
Thought I'd give Yvonne a hand with this. She was saying how the stripper took it off, but it didn't get into these corners like we wanted. So I have some of these dental pick tools and some sandpaper, and it's just going to take time.
So you could sand off the paint on the top of this and the bottom of it, but when it came to get into the detail sides, you saw that the stripper didn't really take it off whatsoever, but more the power washer. But it's pine, so the more you work on that detail to try to get it out, the more you're reshaping the wood and taking away that routed detail. So he just decided, you know what, I'm going to make a new top, and while I'm making a new top, I might as well make 2 pieces and make one for the bottom. So at this point of the project, I have gotten all that I possibly can. I started to try to use the Dremel, but unfortunately the Dremel is so strong that it like starts to cut into the wood. Acetone, stripper, you can only fit your hand in there so far. There's some pieces and parts in the inside too that I didn't necessarily get. You just can't get your hand in there, man. How they painted it, I don't know. So one of those pieces, maybe I should have left it behind. Maybe I thought I was a little bit better than I am. So at least we got the outside, the main part that shows every day. I do need to stain this darker, and I'm glad that Chris was able to make a bottom. Sometimes you have to call in reinforcements just like this. Tried. And like all that, because whatever paint it was, and I'm sure it was a latex, I mean, as soon as you start sanding it, it just spreaded. Acetone, the same thing. It was just spreading it. I mean, at least I was getting I was looking to get the chunks out of the corner is what I was looking for. But yeah, it just wanted to spread as soon as you wet it with acetone. So I'm just going to see how it stains, and we will work from there. I'm going to go in with gel stain in the color chestnut, and let's see how it does. I'm just going to apply it with a rag because I know I'm going to add probably a few different patinas and stuff like that, waxes, to get the top to look a little bit older. But that's what I'm going to start off with because I think it will really get into that grain. Raw wood just soaks right in. Beautiful though, isn't it? Luckily, Chris has the same work value that I do. We bought it, we paid for it. Yeah, we're just going to keep working, just keep working. Not like we got it done in a day. It was a little bit of picking the paint off here, picking the paint off there, sanding here, trying a different tool, trying a different product. Y'all would have been bored by the time we got that done. But yeah. So it'll be beautiful if I can make it look good. Because they know that somebody else has made the top and the bottom. They originally did not have tops and bottoms, I believe. Got to get into the corners. So I know that there's blue in there, but I just need to see, like, one is most of it's going to be hidden. I would have loved to have gotten it all off. But so far we've been working on this a little bit by a little bit for a week, and so it's done. We tried our best, and yep. That's just how the cookie crumbles. So okay, we're gonna try the easy drawer for first. Oh. Get it into those corners, and we'll just see how the blue looks. because that grain is definitely raised. Then I have this little frayed out brush to get the buildup out of the corners. But you need to get it into the corners, so. Okay, I like the color, but for me, it's just too new. I need to do a little work on this. That got stripped out the metal, but it just looks like I stained it. So I'm going to go in with some waxes now. I'm going to do some antiquing wax first, and then I'm going to add a little bit of the black wax around the edges, like where it would have been touched. As I said, it just, to me, it's a little bit too newish. And we'll see how much of the antiquing wax goes in. You just never know once I've stained it. You can actually stain with the waxes, and I thought the gel stain would work, but it's just a little too clean for me. Taste is personal, always. I think the black wax is what really takes it to the next level. Personal opinion, personal. I know some people like the clean look and want me to stop at the stain, but so with it, without it, with it, without it. So now on the little pieces of metal, there's just little strips of metal that I got stripped off when I was doing the stripper. Even though you can't see it, it's a rub and buff. And so I'm just going to take a little bit of that. See, that works. Doesn't have to be a fresh paint job. Just something to make it not look like it's worn. So I'm not sure if this is going to work, but this is red and this is not red. I don't own a red stain. I don't usually do much warmth red. So I do have the decrepit dust, which is the reddish rust. And all I can do is try. I can always blend it in. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on the whole top, which already matches. And then I'm going to put a little bit more of the antiquing wax on top of it. And I think we can just rub it in, and it's going to give that red, yeah, the red that it needed to match those sides. You can tell, I mean, we know it's an add-on. We said that the entire video, but we don't want it to be obvious. Okay, so this was the hard wear that was on there, and I don't like it. I think it's too big. I didn't know if like that was too small or to draw your eye away from any imperfections. If we should just do these little porcelain ones, because I can use the same screws that were already there. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah. Yep. I probably should have left that blue sewing drawers behind. I was so excited when I saw, oh my gosh, a sewing $4, like $5, under $5, and they do sell for good money. When somebody has put a top and a bottom on them, I have resold. I can't even tell you how many I have resold. So I'm like, I'm just going to take this home. This is just going to strip off. It won't be any big deal. It only looked like one layer of paint, and actually the felt I thought was just black inside. I didn't. Anyway, so gummy paint. It had to be some type of latex. It was gummy. And then little did I know it had been painted red. So not only was I stripping the blue off, I was trying to strip red off. And the more, I mean, it did strip off mostly, took the power washer to it. But yeah, everything else, it was just like a nightmare trying to get all those little pieces in every little corner off. They had painted every little corner of those sewing drawers, and it just, I mean, you're sitting there, you're sanding it, and it's gumming up your sandpaper, and it's just spreading even more in the inside of the drawers. 98%, I'll say that we got off. I'm not giving us 99, 98%, but we spent a week picking at stupid paint. But the outcome, I'm glad like Chris agreed, like just cut a new piece because it didn't have a bottom piece anyway. So just cut a new piece, make a bottom piece, and I will try to do my best as I can to try to stain it to match. And I thought, I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I have that is red? I'm not usually like staining wood red. And then all of a sudden, God wink moment, decrepit dust in that warm tone with that red just tied the sides and the top all together. Woohoo! There we go. And I would have loved to critique my inside of my drawers a little bit more. Could I have I don't know, put felt back? No, you sometimes you have to walk away and say I am done, and that is a project that I can walk away. I say I'm done. I'm still proud of it. Is it perfect? Is it perfectly imperfect? That it is. So thanks for watching. Thanks for, we persevered through this project, and it is so easy just to forget it. Just this is too difficult. This is too much. This isn't worth it. But my passion for those little sewing drawers, and Chris loves them too. So we both worked on it and we got it done. And no, it was not. I usually like to flip items in like a day, day and a half, 2 days at the most. Piece of furniture is a little bit different, but that was like a piece of furniture small. So that took way longer than we wanted it to. So anyway, thanks for watching today's video. I'm sorry there's only one project, but man, it was a hard project. So we will see you next time, guys. And I probably will pass up if I only can tell. Sometimes it's a grab and go, y'all. It's just a grab and go. So thanks for watching. We will see you next time, and you can see what we're up to. Bye.